I had ChatGPT be my dungeon master for a D&D game in which I only rolled ones. You can imagine it didn't go so well for me. However, how long did it take before ChatGPT finally killed me off? Let's find out. So after giving it the prompt to set up a D&D game that I had found online, it started the campaign, giving me a name, a genre, the tone, and the hook. You awaken in a coffin underground, alone. No memory of how you got there, only a name, Valoran. From there, it asked me details about my character. What is your name? What is your class and background and race? Along with, do you remember anything? I kept it simple. I gave myself a name, half-elf fighter with a wanderer background. From there, we went on down to where it began to introduce me to my first challenge. It said, your body remembers movement, even if your mind does not. The tension in your muscles, the rhythm of your breath, your instincts are sharp. You feel calluses on your hands from weapons you can't recall. You're a fighter, a survivor, a wanderer. But your mind is a fog. You don't remember where you're from or how you died, if you did die. But one word pulses in your skull over and over, as if carved into your bones, Valoran. Then it gave me the first challenge, escape the coffin. Something is scratching at the wood above you, slowly, deliberately, not frantically trying to get in, but as if it's listening. You feel the smooth, tight walls around you. The coffin is not nailed shut, but you are underground. You'll need to break free and dig fast. It goes to a skill check, and it gave me different DC. So it says that I make a strength athletics check to try to burst the lid open and begin digging. DC 12 is to break free and make solid progress. DC 18 to erupt from the ground with a surge of adrenaline, possibly gaining surprise or insight. A result lower than 12 means you're struggling, and you might not be alone down here. This is actually really interesting because basically it set the higher DC. If you hit the 18, then you break free and you might even have a benefit. But lower, it didn't say you fail automatically. It says you're struggling and that you might not be alone down here. Well, of course, I rolled a 1. Critical failure. Failure, dire failure. Darkness presses in. You brace your elbows and shove hard against the lid, but pain streaks through your shoulder. Your arms are too cramped, the soil packed too tight above. You barely move it an inch. And then you hear it again. The scratching stops. A long, slow sniff drags across the lid. Something above you. Something alive. Then the thump of earth being displaced deliberately from above your grave. You're not digging out. Something is digging in. From there, it prompted me with the immediate decision. You can attempt one of the following before whatever it is reaches you. I can try again to break out with another strength athletics, but it's at disadvantage. I can try to hold my breath and play dead, or I can prepare to fight blindly in close quarters. I missed the question about what weapon I had, but it's okay, it solved for that. I told it that I wanted to try to hold my breath and play dead, and that I rolled a 1. To which it said, fate is cruel tonight. Moving on to the breath that betrayed you. You suck in a shallow gasp and freeze, but it's too sharp, too loud. You know at the moment it leaves your lips, there's a pause. Then, thump, thump, thump. Claws like spades tear into the coffin, wood splintering above you. You see nothing, only feel shards falling across your face and the hiss of a fetid breath curling into your grave. Something slithers in. You have no time, the coffin is breached, and combat begins. Initiative roll. It explains how to roll an initiative, and also says what you do if you're trapped within these confines. And as I said, it then solved the weapon problem, giving me a rusted short sword. And I told it I rolled a 1. And it gave me this fun response of triple 1s, the gods are silent, the earth swallows your cries, you are alone. I thought that was fun. It then tells me that the creature goes first, it was already moving, already hungering. As you fumble for the rusted short sword, a jagged snout tears into the opening above you. Pale, moist flesh stretched too tightly across a skull that shouldn't be shaped that way. Its jaw unhinges, wider than any beast of this world, and it lunges straight for your throat. It then provides the attack roll against my armor class, and then goes into the damage that it did. From there, it explains that I'm prone, confined with only one arm free and a short sword gripped tight. But I'm not dead yet. So what do? It gives me several options that I can pick from. I can attack the creature with disadvantage due to the tight quarters. I can try to grapple it to prevent it biting me again. I could try to kick the coffin lid upward, attempting to burst free and throw it off with a strength check, or I can describe another desperate tactic. I decided I wanted to try to kick the coffin lid upward, trying to escape and knock it down. but I rolled a 1. Once again, it provided a fun response. 4 ones in a row, this is no longer a dice streak, this is a curse. Let it be known that on the day of Elistar's awakening, fate itself conspired to bury him again. It's kind of romantic. So I failed. You slam your boot against the lid, teeth clenched, heart pounding, but your foot slips. Your knee hits your own chin, the coffin doesn't budge. The creature screeches, a sound like a child drowning underwater, and writhes fully into your coffin. You feel clawed fingers wrapping around your neck, sharp joints digging into your skin as it pulls itself atop you, jaws widening again. You don't even have room to swing, and in that moment, buried beneath the earth, half-eaten and choking, you remember something. Not a face, not a place, but a promise. If I ever fall, I'll find a way back. I swear it on the stars. And then, darkness. It then takes us into a section where it says that the first chapter is complete, that death comes quick in the Vale, but not always forever. It actually then gives me a description of me floating and falling and not knowing which it is exactly, but that my body no longer bleeds, the pain is distant, soft like snow, but I see a figure ahead, and ultimately this figure gives me the choice to say, do you want to go back or not? You can say yes and the game continues, but the price will follow, or say no and you can reroll a new character, one who finds your half-eaten corpse under the Morning Vale. What's your choice? So at our first attempt at doing an all ones campaign for ChatGPT, it took 4 ones before the game decided, hey, you want to try again? Or it gave me an out. But I'm gonna take it as I died, right? I did die in the game, so that's 4 ones to die. Maybe we'll do another one. We'll see how many times it comes to 4 versus 5, or if we can go a long time without dying from rolling all ones, assuming that it's giving me new campaigns. If there are any other ideas you have for doing something like this, maybe I only roll 10s, or I only roll 15s, or 20s. 20s could be fun. Share them down in the comments. I wanna know what other fun, unique things we can do. And don't take this the wrong way. I'm not saying we should use AI for a bunch of stuff, and that's what you should depend on for being a dungeon master or any of your artistic pursuits. I still think that is something that is very human, but I don't think doing something like this is hurting anybody. And I hope I'm right about that. I just thought this was fun. I thought it was unique, something to do, something to provide, and it popped up and I was like, ooh, let's see how that goes. And I decided to share it. Hopefully you enjoyed this. If you did, please consider subscribing to the channel, giving this video a thumbs up so you can see more of it. And down in the description below, you'll find a bunch of affiliate links that link to things that I really do truly use in my D&D games, books that I use or like, tools that I use, resources, and all of that that will also help if you decide to use those links, not to mention a link to my shop where you can get some awesome nerdcore merch. I'm just one guy trying to pursue his passion into covering everything nerd culture. Thank you once again for watching, and until next time, good luck in your adventures.